Hello my friends, my name is Claire and you stumbled upon Porch Coffee, so please, stick around. Hi friends, my name is Claire and this is my channel, Woodshed Theory. Here, I make content about what it is like to live as an adult on the autism spectrum and whatever else feels good to me, so if that sounds good to you, or if you're feeling particularly gracious today, and I hope that you are, please go ahead and click the subscribe button, ring the bell. I almost forgot to mention that I put out videos a few times a week, so click the like and the share. The coffee is so good today. It's nothing crazy fancy. It's the Starbucks French roast. But I was at Marshall's and they had a huge bag on clearance, like huge. Maybe 48 ounces? I can't remember. 30 ounces? Bigger than the huge bags of another brand that I usually get, and it was cheaper. So thank you, Marshall's, for your clearance. Pretty good. For those international viewers, if you're wondering what a Marshall's is, it's like a TJ Maxx, which is like a TK Maxx in the UK. I don't know if that's helpful for some people. If you're new here, I am a late diagnosed autistic lady who has coffee with you on Monday mornings. Why? I ask myself that all the time. Personally, as an autistic person, it is hard for me to make and maintain friends. And a lot of other autistic people struggle with this as well. So I come on here on Monday mornings and I tell you about my week, and I have coffee with you, and you listen to that, and you can tell me about your week in the comments, and I'll read it, and there you have it. Internet friends! I'm no longer able to get through every single comment. I do try to look at every one of them, and something that's really beautiful that has happened is everyone has stepped up to support me, and people have chats and talk about their weeks in the comments. So thank you everyone for your support on that front. I never imagined that once it got too big for me, that members of my community would step in and chat with each other in the comments. So that's really, thank you. Thank you for that. How was your week? Mine was fine. I'm feeling pretty good today. Had a bit of a weird week. Wasn't feeling that great, but I'm feeling better now. Yeah, just a mix of things really, but I'm really proud of myself because I wasn't sure if I was gonna have to cancel some things because of how I was feeling. I remembered what I learned in therapy about not making snap decisions, about like if you wake up and you're not feeling the best. This obviously wasn't when I woke up. What am I trying to say? Just don't make snap decisions. Like if you're not feeling well, something happens where you're like, this is off. Something's not right. I'll probably get sicker. I should cancel everything. So I didn't do that, and I was able to do everything I wanted to do this week because I didn't do that. So that's a big change for me. Growth. Not that I'm afraid to cancel things if I need to. I'm just saying that sometimes with anxiety and OCD in the past, maybe I would have over-aggrandized. What word am I looking for? Tell me in the comments. Yeah, jump to conclusions and maybe miss something I'd want to do. So, what did I do this week? Well, it was kind of a mellow week because I wasn't feeling that great, but I did start making new products for the next Etsy drop. I don't exactly know when it's going to be yet, and I was hoping to do one once a month, but that is obviously not going to happen, right? I missed April. I'd love to get things together for May, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen. So for the next drop so far, I've got the 2 shawls. Obviously, those took forever. So I started making crochet headscarves as a thing to make for the summer with the ties that you could wear. They're like a triangle with the ties. So I started doing that, making some of those. And I'm trying to figure out what else I can make. What other things would you like to see in a summer drop from somebody who works with fiber? Because I know that people don't wear I wear beanies all year. Because for me, the sensory aspect is very comforting. I wear beanies all year. Maybe when it's not super, super, super hot, middle of summer, I'm not sure, but you'll catch me wearing a beanie at night. Yeah. So I'm good to buy beanies all year, but not everyone else is. And my shop has kind of slowed down. No biggie. But I also understand that I have to pivot seasonally because people don't wear as many hats in the winter. Sorry, in the summer. I've got a lot. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep. So what would you like to see in the shop for the summer? What kinds of things do you think I could crochet that you'd want to see in the summer? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. If you're new here, I have an Etsy shop. No pressure, you can go check it out. Oh my gosh, speaking of things I sell, I'm a terrible host. Mug Club! We did have somebody join the Mug Club this week, so welcome, welcome, welcome to the Mug Club. I know I don't share names because I don't have people's permission to share names. I don't know if that would be the right thing to do for this. But Mug Club, thank you for joining. If you, or anyone you know, or anyone you don't know, friends, enemies, relatives, non-relatives, neurotypicals, neurodiverse people, could use a vessel for a fluid, consider joining the Mug Club. I sell these mugs that say porch coffee on them, and you could have porch coffee with me on Monday mornings with the same mug, or slightly different, from my website, woodshed.com. Wow, this commercial is going really well. Anyway, just remember, you never have to get anything or spend any money unless you want to. It's a way to support me and the channel, but no pressure. Mug Club is in our hearts. And as I always say, the best way to support me and any other content creator, unless I tell you otherwise, is to watch their movies, which is free. Watch their content, which is free, and watch it all the way through and interact with it. So press the share button, comment, like, all of that stuff. That really helps. It tells the algorithm to push it out to other people, and we make a few pennies off of the ad revenue. That's the best way you can support us. What else did I do this week? Oh my gosh, guys. I filmed. I'm really excited about this. We did get to film Autistic People Talking this week with a good friend of mine, and I'm so excited to announce who it is. So this week, an episode of Autistic People Talking will be coming out. I didn't have a chance to edit it because I had some other things going on this week. But I filmed a podcast episode with my friend Nisi from Free Handly Made. I always try to say Free Handly Made Creations, but that's not what that's not what it is. Her channel is called Free Handly Made, and she is a friend of mine who has been following my YouTube journey since very, very early on, and we kind of started making YouTube content. She's had a channel longer than me, but we started making YouTube content together more consistently at a similar time. And we started our crochet hobby more consistently at the same time and talking about it online. So we have a lot in common. And she has always just been there to support me. So I was so excited to be able to just highlight her in this way and have her on the podcast, because she's a really kind and gentle person, and I had a really great time talking to her. The podcast is interesting because sometimes I get to talk to somebody who I know and I chat with anyway, and other times I'm talking to somebody I'm not really acquainted with. So it's been interesting in that way. It's really teaching me a lot about communication and navigating conversations. how do I say it? I'm just so grateful for the podcast right now because it's having me talk to new people and also people that I know but get to know them better. And I'm learning a lot of skills through that. Every time I do a podcast, I feel like I learn something new, whether that be about how to better accommodate my autistic guests, how to be a better listener, how to ask better questions. So yeah, I'm enjoying that a lot. When filming this podcast, I was very surprised at some of the things that Nisi had to say. There were some things where she was just so thoughtful and poignant about her answers. I was really just sitting back and going like, wow. So I'm so glad that I talked to her and had her on the podcast, and I can't wait to edit it and have it out to you this week, hopefully. I've got some other great guests lined up and some other ones that are getting scheduled. And if you have any suggestions for people to be on the podcast, no guarantees, but you can put them down below and I'll try my best. I know what you're thinking. Who wouldn't want to be on my podcast, right? So I had some company over this week. Speaking of like what happened this week, what I was doing this week, I invited some company over. It was a really lovely time. We had a great time. It was completely an exercise in doing the things that make me feel comfortable and working on how I can incorporate friendships into my life in a way that I feel comfortable. Not that, I'm not saying that you should never do stuff that other people want to do. But I had some people over to do some things that I wanted to do. Because I was having people over to do that this week, it was on my mind throughout the entire week. And I spent a lot of time preparing for that. In which case, it would be a great time to talk about the subject of autistic people and their homes, their safe place. Actually, too, it's really tied into anxiety. We talked a lot when I was in OCD therapy about like OCD sufferers and their safe place being their home, right? Because it's like an area of control. But I did learn something while prepping this week because I don't mind. I was happy to prep, and actually with my executive dysfunction, planning for people to come over. Here's a tip for you. Whether it be one person or multiple, if you're planning for people to come to your home, it can really help with executive dysfunction as far as like, if you're feeling like I can't clean, I don't feel motivated to clean, I am really feeling dysfunctional, invite some people over, give yourself some like headway, you will probably clean it. I did. Maybe. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. I can't prove it, but it really helps me. The place is clean enough, but getting things to a place where I want company over, that's a different level of clean. Do you understand what I mean? Okay, great. So, if you're ever looking to have a very clean place, invite some people over, you'll probably clean up before they come. It's also a lesson for me too, though, inviting people over in not being as anal retentive. Is that a good way to put it? I don't know if there's like a super negative connotation to that, so apologies if there is. I used to have like meltdowns and stuff when people were going to come over, and if it wasn't going to be perfect. Now I'm able to be like, it's good enough, and my friends care about me and they don't care. I had a literal moment this week when I was like trying to get everything ready, and I was talking to my spouse, and I'm like, my friends, I really feel like I've been working on getting this stuff ready. My friends aren't going to like me if it's not clean. And as soon as the words left my mouth, I was like, that is the dumbest thing I have ever heard in my life. Like, my friends aren't gonna like me if my house isn't perfect, if my stuff isn't perfect. That's so dumb. What kind of friend is that? So that helped me calm down a bit. Sometimes it's good to talk through, because once you say it out loud, you realize how ridiculous it sounds. And that's how I felt about this. So I was able to get a ton done this week. Having people over went really well. I had a nice time. It was very mellow, and it was good to see some friends. I noticed a few times when having people over that I was having some anxiety symptoms that I don't get a lot because I don't spend a lot of time around people. Like sometimes I'll get a little shaky, etc. So that's really what I was doing this week. My current thoughts and feelings about the upcoming weeks is optimistic. I'm feeling positive, which feels nice about how things are going. And I really want to focus on just getting content out to you guys. Things for you to watch and work on my business. Those are the things I want to focus on. And I feel good about that. Also, final announcement for the day. Super cool news. Myself and several of my friends are going to be doing a mega, ultra, uber, cool, huge live stream on Tuesday evening. I'll put the details somewhere on the screen right now, and I'll put them down below. You are invited to be there. Yeah, so Orion Kelly, Taylor Heaton, Neurodivergent, and Claire from the Woodshed Theory. That's me. So we'd love to see you there. Share it out. Yeah, we'd love to have you. So we're going to do a big live stream, hang out, and answer some questions, I think. I'd love to see you there. That would be so cool. Some really great people. Should be a really fun time. And I'm looking forward to it. So if you can make it, we'd love to have you. Well, everyone, that's my week. I hope that you have a good one yourself. Please remember to tell me about your week in the comments. Be kind to yourself, and I will see you next time. Bye.